All right, everybody, we're here.
Damn it.
We're going to be discussing the Fallout 76 beta, day two. They extended the hours. It was going to be 7 hours, and it ended being like 9 or 10 hours. Yeah, 9 hours. I sat here from 1:30 to 11 o'clock playing it straight, but I didn't do that alone because I truly believe the short, brief, like 10 or 20 minutes I played this game alone, it's not fun, honestly, for me at least. The difference in quality when you're playing with friends, especially when you can tell the more people you add onto your group, the better it gets. And I want to introduce you to some of my friends as we talk about the beta here today. We got Dars, who joined in at the last hour of the mark, Gopnik, who was there for a couple of hours, and Jeremy, I think, a majority of it all, even though how this worked out was we had more people with us. There was probably a total of about 7 or 8 of us at one time, and then it just varied between maybe like, 2, 6, 4, around there. People helping out the lower leveled people, because downloads took a while for them, so they had to go and do all that starting quest stuff here. But how are you boys feeling coming off of our big old Fallout binge here? We ended off on the top of the world in military suits, which we'll discuss on how we got those suits too. But how y'all feeling?
I got there as a level two.
What you got to level two?
I got there as a level two.
Oh, what level did you end up as? Because
I'm a level two. I don't think I leveled.
you didn't get.
Ooh.
So by the end of it, I got to like level 16, which was really exciting because I really disagree with their limiting you when it comes to like using power armor, certain weapons. Like there was like a drill that was level 20, but my AK was level 15 that I had to get. So I was really excited to get it, even though I had 10 bullets for it. It was still fun to get. What did you guys end up as, Jeremy? I think you're more close to me, like what,
I was a level 12.
12? And then Gopnik. Where were you at?
I think I ended at 14.
All right, you're
I
good,
misjoined
Durs.
a channel.
But we'll start with Dars, and then we'll take it to Jeremy, and then Gopnik, in terms of playtime, because Dars, you have the shortest, then Jeremy, then Gopnik, and then myself, no lifing, just taking the day off for the beta. So, Dars, how was it from your perspective? Character creation, jumping in. You're kind of like me too. As soon as you got out of the vault, you did not play it solo. You had a full squad of 4 people. How was that?
That was cool.
That's all you gotta say. It was just cool.
Yeah, I'm looking at your bots.
All right. Well, Jeremy, and I
Okay,
know
this is
I
gonna be a
know
long one.
you have a lot to talk about because
Well, this is gonna be a
Dars,
long
he
one.
kind of just jumped in here. I don't even know. Did you see any base building, Dars?
I saw some.
No, I
Uh,
didn't.
Yeah, so Dars like has the very minimalist experience of just hopping in, playing with your friends. He didn't even do base building or anything like that. Maybe just some scouting, like, and scavenging. Nothing too crazy. Not even like really quests aside from just the generic. We said, hey, go to the tutorial, and then we'll bring you like throw you in here because we had to go through like a highway and whatnot. We were facing like level 30s and he's level 2, which you know we carried him, but he didn't like gain massive amounts of level over other people, which I guess is good for balancing. Jeremy, you and I have been through a lot. We've ran through super mutants, sentry bots, PvP'd players, destroyed players' buildings, done messenger quests. Just go at it.
yeah. So, oh,
What do you got for us, Jeremy?
uh, well, let me start at the beginning. Creation building. Well, there's not a lot to create your characters, and there's a lot of presets already as it is. I wish there was more ways to edit your character, like the color of the hair, instead of so limited.
Yeah, it seems more of just like Fallout 4, which even Fallout 4 was kind of lame in my opinion. Like it was a step up from Fallout 3, but it wasn't anything too crazy. when it came to Fallout 4 with the hairs and beards and stuff like that, I always had a mod on, and you could like mix and match hairstyles and like give your guy like a fade and then like a long afro, and it looked weird, but it just worked. So, I mean, it was
I just wish
very minimal on that.
I had some creator building, like, with building and stuff. Like, I wish it was more easier to build. The snapping was kind of iffy at times.
Yeah.
Trying to get the base building down.
So the base building, for those wondering, it's not like Fallout 4 where you can kind of just put it anywheres. You have to be near a certain which this is the hard part because as someone who's a native of West Virginia, that entire state is mountainous. That game is mountainous. Trying to find an elevated land that's just a little flat to build on is really hard. So, there's no free building. Everything has to snap. Like even the objects you place down, it has to snap directly to the ground or directly like there's like wind chimes. They have to the wind chimes I still have barely gotten to work, but they have to go like above and like hang. It's really weird. I've gotten the bone traps to work more than wind chimes, but now continue on there, Jeremy.
Okay, now let me get into the best part, is the graphics. The graphics is phenomenal for it. Like running at full ultra for myself and with not a lot of lag. Only time you get lag is when you're in high dense population with tons of other players. With a lot of things spawning around. That's
I
the
have
only
to count on that too, because the first server I joined fucking lagged like hell. When I joined you guys, it was all smooth sailing.
that was like perfect for that, but glitches here and there, but not that bad.
Did you get
of a
any
glitch.
graphical errors?
Me?
None.
Well, any of
None.
you guys in general. I know the first day was really rough for some people, like Orion. I had a little bit of problems near the end of it. This time I maybe had like one or two. It was really good. The stuttering, massive improvement from the first. Like stuttering was really bad the first day if you look back at it.
Oh,
compared
yeah.
to
It was
this day.
terrible.
Yeah, oh my goodness, terrible.
I think
But
it was
today,
that
well,
initial area. Not to cut you off, but the the like church area we were all at, and you got the I don't know. I was gonna say regulator, the what's it called? Responder. Yeah, the responder stuff, and like everyone's at the church and responder doing the water quest and the farm hand bots and all that. That part is really like since everyone's there, it's really like lag heavy, a lot of stuttering. But now it's a lot better, you know.
yeah. The only graphical issue that we ran into, Ball, is when I was in the power suit and popped out of it randomly.
Yeah, if
Time we ran into it.
I need to make a lot. There's a lot of like highlights I have to make from our giant play session.
I'm gonna make some small highlights, then I'll let you cover the big ones.
The I think it was right after we did a little messenger quest, which was really fun because I love the random quest that pops up is really cool. I love those.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, hey, this robot's broken down, help him deliver his mail.
One thing they should do is, like, how many people are doing that quest in that area. They should limit how many mobs spawn. Like that on that messenger quest, we got slammed with like 50
Yeah,
or
I
I
had to
don't know how
stand
many.
back and like make sure that
Like
robot didn't get destroyed because of how
like
many
10.
sentry bots or not sentry bots, protectrons were being thrown there.
Then I had like 3 random AI pop out of nowhere trying to attack me. So it's kind of like got good at that point, but it's just, the start of it, no, that's way too many to throw at like 2 people. You need
Yeah.
like a whole team there.
Um,
The wanted level thing, the wanted being wanted, it shows up red for your teammates, which should not do since you're on a team. It shouldn't show up red for them too.
yeah, because like you were in my squad, but I needed you to kill me because I got stuck at a computer. We're gonna get to the best quest, the true highlight of the game so far when it comes to
Oh,
quest and
I'm gonna leave that to
story.
you both.
We'll get to that. I got stuck at the terminal there, but you had to kill me, and of course, even though you were in my squad, when you joined back in, it still showed you as an enemy for the rest of the game, which was a little annoying.
Yeah.
Um,
It probably because I was wanted, to be honest.
yeah. Something interesting, by the way. If you attack a player's building, you get wanted immediately. So I thought that was very interesting because I was like, oh, maybe we'll get away with destroying his building and he won't automatically engage with us. No, like, so you can engage the building and then you'll get wanted, but you're not triggered with the player. So the player can still hit you, but yet he does reduce damage. So it's really weird in that aspect. At least I couldn't tell if he could actually start engaging without a penalty, but there would still be that back and forth trade of PvP seems worthless, but
Some people enjoy it.
when you do it in a fun aspect like we did, it was really enjoyable. But it's still useless because we lost a lot of money, we lost a lot of resources. Like, I went through probably 10 to 15 stim packs, and I was clutching maybe 30 stim packs at that point, and food, and like I barreled through stuff and like grenades and stuff that we probably didn't need to waste on other players that but we befriended them in the end. It was just a simple, we talked to them, was like, hey, we're just having a little fun, and we took a giant picture with all of them, and there's a big picture, I think, with maybe like 7 of us, I think, I don't know, but
Yeah.
Like
That was-
5.
But I was like,
There's like 8 of us there in the picture.
Oh yeah,
so.
there was like, yeah, there was a lot of us.
it was really good. It was a great time.
It was like sniping like two or three football fields away.
Yeah,
Doing sneak attacks on 'em.
I think that is what will make PvP in Fallout 76 different than
It
like
kind of would be
Rust.
interesting.
Because
Like if you're doing a raid, and you have one person sniping, you have to worry about the person sniping and also being raided at the same time.
with Rust, you get those like naked hobos running at you with a rock. But in this game, you get
Random
you get just
stuff.
like a random battle, and then you'll be like, they'll do an emote, and you'll be like, okay, we're friends now.
Like only time you can attack someone is like when you're level 5. That's like when you can start attacking people 5 and above.
Yeah. So we got a special
Kind
guest
of makes it fair.
here in the podcast who just hopped in, and I'm gonna let him ask some questions that he might be curious with. He's been wanting to download the beta. He's like halfway there downloading it. So, Gavin, wait, I unmuted him. I don't know if he'll respond. He might show up randomly. We'll just wait and see if he comes
Wait,
back.
yeah.
But
I'm gonna end it off for myself and hand it over to Gopnik.
yeah. So get you started rolling here, Gopnik. You and I have been playing pretty much since the start. It was you, me. Actually, I think it was you, me, Jeremy, and Orion, right?
Yeah,
it was
us
yeah.
4.
Us 4 started it.
Yeah. So I don't know. Jeremy might actually have more time. I don't know who showed up.
Gopnik started together at the same time.
Yeah,
Basically.
Jeremy and I were playing before you bolt.
Yeah, by like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So
I think me and Bolt had the same amount of time at this point since I had to get off for a little bit.
yeah. Well, I'm the highest level out of everybody here, which is,
Because life did all day.
yeah. Yeah, I was like, all right, I'm gonna take. I did do some work early in the morning, but then I was like, once lunch rolls around, I'm preparing. Like
You're booking it.
Yeah, I
I'm
was sitting in
devoted to
physics
it.
class, and I was like, holy shit, he's playing 76 right now, isn't he?
Yeah, so it opened up at 1:30, 30 minutes earlier, so that's what I did. I just ran
Oh,
right
it was
into it.
fun.
And they took it all the
Oh,
way
that was
to
great.
11 o'clock, which is, it's nice. Like, now for you, from day one to today, well, I wouldn't say day one, just 2 days ago, that it really started for the beta on PC, to day 2 of the beta on PC. What would you say, is like the big change that you've noticed, you're happy or mad about in the game?
Okay, so the big change I've noticed about 76 is like from the start you get a lot of lag spikes. Like you're running and then you just freeze for like 2 seconds and then you're back at it. And I don't know if you've experienced, but I've taken that a couple times. And today or just earlier, I've only had that once or twice throughout the whole game. And it's just phenomenal because I'm running on Ultra, the best graphics in there,
Yeah.
playing with multiple people and taking on multiple mobs. It's just, they really outdid themselves on this. And it's just fun. It's a fun game. Like if you're a Fallout fan, you're not gonna like for the story aspect.
Yeah,
You're most likely gonna.
the story, not to cut you off real quick, the story mostly is told through holotapes. And I don't know many people that really enjoy that aspect of it because you have to, like, I wasn't really playing music. I still have not got to just jam out and listen and play music while I play yet. But I could imagine, like, you're listening to music, you're talking to your friends, and then boom, got a load of holotape, and then it's just talking and blasting in the back of your head, it said, you know. So that wasn't the most enjoyable way to do storytelling, and you didn't really care about it, and when you only have so many hours to play, you're probably not going to spend the time reading the terminals either. So you're like,
No, but
cool, this happened to Miguel, next quest. Next little bit, you know, let's keep on rolling through this.
yeah, but surprisingly, in the settings, you can turn off holotapes. Like you don't have to listen to anything.
Yeah.
Like I was searching in it when I was finding my pictures and stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, I could have turned this off like 2 or 3 hours ago, and I'd have to deal with all of this.
The game is missing some settings, but it has a lot more, like, ones you wouldn't expect. So for, like, instance, passive mode really isn't passive mode. Like, say for instance, Jeremy and I, you know, we weren't squatting, but we were still, like, working together. If I turn on passive mode and I accidentally shoot him, he won't take the damage at all. But if he shoots me, he can kill me and everything.
Well, I mean, if you
So-
think about it, you're on pacifist. He's not. He can kill you.
Yeah, I was thinking
You're
more
being the pacifist.
of like the GTA 5 pacifist.
Oh, like a
episode,
ghost mode
like
type
the
of
ghost
thing.
mode. So I'm still there, but like we just can't engage in any combat. You know, because when you see a group like us, and we only PvP'd like maybe 3 times, and it was to one, start a little duel with these guys who they actually killed me first, because I was messing checking something with their house and they shot me and we engaged. And then there was the girl down by the river and the guy at the bridge.
Well, I could see why they were mad. I threw a frag mine in their
yeah,
base.
those were the only
So
2 times that were really aggressive. But even then, it wasn't like all 7 of us jumping on them. So I see totally why, you know, you want to turn on pacifist mode and just not mess with people at all. I mean, if someone's at 1 sliver of health and you just go up and just stab them with the burning pitchfork and they're dead, you know, that's it for them, bud. What else they missing? Yeah, like motion blur. I couldn't find that anywhere. So that's really useful. I would love to have that. Make the game look a little bit more crisper. It's already a decent looking game. Its art style, I think, is what is the saving grace behind Fallout and will always be, is that it looks very nice. And you know, the way that they're going with Fallout 4 and everything else right now is very much like they want to keep on going this route of graphics and gameplay. And you know, I think adding the multiplayer aspect to it's been a lot of fun. Have you guys jumped into the Atomic Shop at all?
Oh yeah,
no.
I bought a couple things on there.
Yeah, see,
Nope.
I jumped in there. I haven't spent real money on it. Of course, I spent my challenge money, but I got a. Of course, I had the Tricentennial Edition, so it already unlocked a bunch of stuff for me. But most of the stuff I won't even be able to use for a while because the power armor stuff is so high level. Like talking
Yeah,
to
like-
Shadow, level 15 for Raider. I think it was like level 20 for T45.
It was T25. 25.
Yeah,
I
something
believe.
like that. Because I have one where it's like I need to be level 40 for like T51 or
T45,
something.
yeah, to T45.
So, or T60 or something like that. And it's like, you know, you'll get there eventually and it'll feel like an accomplishment. But I don't know. As a person who really doesn't use power armor, you know, I guess I'd only want to
Yeah,
bust out the power armor if we're doing like Mothman or Scourge Beast or like something really crazy. Because other than that, if you have a good bit
Or
of
doing-
friends, you know, and given, I'll shoot, go a second, Jerry. Given
Long as
the missile launchers, like when we get them at level 20, we're gonna steamroll past a lot of guys too.
add something to your comment, Paul.
Yeah.
For like doing the power armor, like so we can do a fun raid with someone. Just say, hey, oh, we're just doing this fun raid with you. Like just go do a raid in power armor against someone, just for like use power armor for like a few minutes and back out, and then let them.
I feel like the rating thing with that one guy, it was more of just like being a nuisance and being annoying and like destroying their
He
materials
liked it though.
than because you go there, you destroy the resources and you kill them and you get like junk, and junk is okay stuff. It's nothing crazy. What I really want is I want their weapons, I want their armor, and I want their health supplies, especially health supplies. I think if they had it where they dropped, and they do drop caps sometimes, where it's like, oh, if they're a wanted player, and they're really wanted, they'll drop like 50 caps, which is 50 caps is a lot in this game. For instance, I wanted an American flag outside of my house, and for that, to get the blueprints for it, it's 300 caps. That's a lot of money, especially when I can. My charisma is my highest trait, and it's what I go for, and I have a bargain perk card and all that. And even then, like I can only sell super stim packs for like 11 caps, and that's crazy. And most vendors that I've been to have not offered me money for like a bunch of ammo, because ammo does weigh, and I want to get rid of like the ammo for guns I don't use because I'm not a big laser weapon guy, and there's just some ammo, like I think pipe weapon ammo, I don't use at all. So
I mean, but I believe before Blue got off, he found himself a laser pistol, so you can give that to him.
I want the laser pistol. Like I'm a laser type person. I like using laser pistols. I also like my sniper rifle. That's the only gun type I will definitely use throughout the whole entire game. I have the choice.
So where is it going now? I guess we'll talk about the really fun quest now. So as we've kind of hinted before earlier with the holotapes and everything, the game story really revolves around responders, going to places, picking up overseers, like supply caches, which are really good, by the way. And you get all of it through holotapes, which is very weird because you'll see humans who look like they haven't decayed, they haven't like really been dead too long, and you'll see their bodies and you're like, well, surely there's got to be like a person out there besides those that are populated in the server. You're kind of like, there's got to be something more, or they have to be hinting towards this in the long term of this game. Like, I know it's still really early to talk about this, given it's only the beta. Like, when the full game comes out, we don't know what they could throw at us. I would think it's crazy if this is all that we're gonna have for now, and this is just the beta, because the beta is the full game essentially, and that's what they kind of said. But I would really hope when November 14th rolls around, they're like, and we stocked up the Atom shop, we added more challenges. By the way, there's a new 3 vaults or something crazy. And, I think that'll be cool to add more to the story there. I just hope they don't add more story through holotapes and holotapes and holotapes. To go full circle with that, the one quest that we have done, aside from the messenger stuff that I did with Jeremy, which isn't really a quest, it's an event, because that was really cool. I like doing that, in terms of like telling a little story there with the messengers, with the Mr. Handies and how they were messenger bots. We did one where we joined the military and we had a bunch of Mr. Yutsies screaming at us, taking us through basic training. It was like a patriotism course where it was like Killikami. It was great. It was the firing range test, agility test, live fire test, and it had like protectrons all painted in red and communist. It was. What did you guys think about it? It was crazy. I only had the one little problem where I got stuck at the terminal, but that was a lot of fun storytelling, and I'm kind of sad that might be it. It was just that one quest.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Didn't we get talked to by like a girl or something at the World?
Yeah, so we haven't finished that quest yet. We don't know where it's going, but there's continuously like this girl who's saying stuff over the radio. She's uh telling us like over a speaker like don't hit the third button, hit the second one, and you gotta fix my transmitter or something like that. But I don't know, it's
Wondering
weird.
if it actually could be a person.
Yeah, I don't think, I don't
Be
know.
Mr. House.
We are really far out there, so it could be a person, but at the same time, like we're in the middle of mole man country. Like
Or it
there's,
could be another.
you know,
Yeah, there's so many fucking mole men.
what did you think about the for mostly Gopnik and Jeremy, because you guys were there with it. We got to take Dars through it, which will be a lot of fun for him. What were you
What was
guys'
it again?
thoughts? The
But Mr.
little,
Gusties or Sergeant
the
Gusties?
Sergeant Gusty, Master Sergeant
Oh,
Gutsy,
that was
all
pretty
that.
fun. Like, only bad part is like, they need a fix is like the lag when they spawn in all the commies.
Oh yeah, they just pop. That's another thing that really doesn't make too much sense too, though. Like I know it's a live fire.
Well, they didn't pop out of nowhere. I saw them coming out of a tube like thing, like
Yeah, like they're shooting out of tubes in the ground and everything.
Okay, because I didn't see them actually popping out of stuff.
I saw that, but when they're popping out like that, it's kind of like building up lag because they're sitting out too much at once.
Yeah, and I know Gonka said that this game is very, to kind of speak on his behalf, it's very heavy in grass, which is notorious in any game for eating up, the
Yeah, it should
computer.
not be notorious grass. Like, I
like-
feel like they put down the grass still.
Like even in the desert, when we were in the desert heading to the top of the world, there is still grass all around the place. Like
See, I heard you say something about the desert, but I don't know if that was the desert. As a person who has lived in West Virginia, there's no desert there. I will say that.
think
Like,
about it. We're
Once
coming
they're
in, what, 75 years in the future?
It is, yes,
Something.
like 75 years in the future, atom bomb dropped, but there's still a lot of grass. So
the
like,
atom bomb probably created the desert.
there's a lot of
Plus, we
weird
have-
terrainage going on there.
Or the atom bomb hit though too.
Yeah.
That bomb could have hit like in a mountain, and the mountain blocked most of the radiation.
What do you guys think about the enemies in this game? Because 90% of them has just been scourged. Like other than that, we've gotten like feral ghouls, which are basically scourged. Just I would actually say scourged are probably faster because feral ghouls seem like they're just slow in this game.
They're like feral ghouls on crack, really.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they're easier to kill in a sense.
Yeah, we've got a couple like animals, nothing crazy. I know Jeremy wanted to
Yeah, I
touch more
mentioned
on like
this.
hunting, so
Like it was just like it's hard to find food. Like if you're so based on making food and finding food, there should be more of it.
like the only food is stuff you find, of course, and like mole rats and bloat flies. Like there is no like a fox out there. Like I saw one fox and one chicken. It was a really rare sight almost. So I didn't see any rad stags actually. I saw
Like
Brahmin, but
there should be more Brahmin running around because if they're only in like and they're not that tutorial area.
mhm.
Yeah,
And
but
Fallout
remember, we were
4.
next to a farm too, so
Yeah.
In Fallout 4, Ragstack we found pretty much everywhere.
hmm
Like they were so fucking common.
Especially in
It's like 75 years after the bomb, so there should be more animals because there's no human life killing them.
especially in West Virginia, and to touch back on Fallout 4 being very the Commonwealth being very green, very grass heavy. There should be more deer, ragstag, what do you call them? Especially because deers and forest and all that, they kind of just go together. But I don't know. Water wasn't really a problem, at least for me. It still has not become a problem yet. I don't know.
I guess it's from this picture I saw. I couldn't see water at all.
There was no like mutated mountain lions at all.
What?
I
I don't want to see that come at me.
there's a lot of mongrel dogs or whatever the.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of
Those are.
Those would be worse than a damn death close. Seeing a damn mountain lion pounce on you from 100 meters.
mountain lions. Yeah.
Oh,
I think West Virginia is really mountainous, so there should be some mountain lions.
There's bears. We haven't seen
That's true. You haven't seen
the yoga bears.
the
I
yoga
forgot what they're pronounce them.
Yowai,
Yeah, why? Yeah, something like that.
Yowai,
Yeah, like,
UI,
I don't know how to pronounce it.
but we ran into a Centritron.
YAOI,
So...
I think.
That Centritron had a delayed
Yeah.
explosion and killed us all.
So that
No,
was,
it killed me.
It killed me.
It killed you. Well, it put you three down. It killed Gopnik, I think. I had to revive Dars and Jeremy because I looted it, and I walked away, and I was like, that thing didn't blow up, and I was like scratching my head. I was like, I've played a lot of Fallout, and they usually blow up, after you shoot them, and then you hear like 5 seconds later, everybody's all, the three of them are all around it, they're looting, and all of a sudden you hear, boom, just big old little explosion, and I look, bottom left, whole team, boom, just on the ground, and I'm like, one guy hit like, stim pack, where's the other guy at? Oh, dead on the ground. Here's his lunchbox or his little paper
I swear,
bag.
Gopnik was on top of it. Like he's the one that's like hovering above it. So
Well, that's the thing. I was hovering on top of it. I was looting it. I turned around. It blew up. I literally saw my body hit the red truck. It's just fucking like swoop all the way down to the ground, like a bird hitting the window. I'm like, oh god. It was funny.
How's base building been for you guys? I'm trying to think of like other things to really hit on for this beta.
The weapons, I must say, because the one I was using, I don't know if it's should level 14s be hard to kill with a short pistol with a short rifle as a level 2, because I was doing half health with my short rifle.
I don't know. I think it is a powerful rifle, and it's bolt action. I think I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
And not to mention, the weapons have
action,
levels
but...
too.
There should be no levels on the weapons. There shouldn't be.
The weapons are like level 1, level 5, level 10, 15, 20. Like all that. There's no... If you've ever played like 7 Days to Die, or I think maybe even Ark Survival. I haven't played Ark in a while, but I think that it was like that too. There was
Ark Survival had like...
Was there levels?
It was a grade system. It was common, uncommon, rare, some other thing, and legendary. They all had different damages and durability
stuff in this game. But I wish I had like a leveling up system for your gun. I think I would prefer that more, honestly, of take away the requirement levels. So it's like you got to be level 20 to use the rocket launcher. Let them use it even if they're not the recommended level. Make it like garbage, honestly. But I think your weapon, as you use it, should be able to level up over time, and because over time you'll be able to get more skins, more customization for that weapon. I think it'd only be fitting for it to level up also, so you get more, not only familiar with the weapon, but it just becomes more of like your gun that you always are, carrying around and whatnot. Speaking of that, this has been a me problem, definitely not a Dars problem because it's very new into this one, but already like for me, I don't know about for Jeremy or Gopnik, maybe Jeremy because he has the power armor frame and that weighs a ton.
Yeah.
In the base, in the stash, you can only have 400 weight. Keep that in mind. Not 400 items, which I thought. 400 weight. Now, I'm carrying like a T51, T60, T45, whatever helmet, and I'm the power armor chassis inside of it. So that's already like, almost maybe 100 of the weight, and then all my garbage. And so my thing is full. Like, my stash is full, like to the top. And that really sucks because you get these outfits that are unique and you're like, I might only get this like once, and you want to keep it and you want to keep it there for some occasion or whatever. So
I feel like it's trying to force you to trade. It's forcing you to do it.
Well, not to mention, we've only been using the stash boxes. There's still other boxes for us to use, which could be holding different weights.
What was it gonna work
Well,
like?
Yeah, but it's so hard to find the blueprints. There's like only one blueprint for everyone.
no, I made like a little trash bin, and it still only showed my stash. It didn't show like that items. That's another thing also, that this beta, another takeaway is that they should make it where we had a couple like weird instances where one person couldn't build in my house if I wasn't near it, but at the same time they were in my squad. However, Jeremy wasn't in my squad, but he was able to build near there because he was my friend. So a lot of just weird instances that way, where you think your squad would overrule your friends of being to build anywheres, and then like the friend would have to be in a radius of it to build, or they have to be given permission, and then allowing a shared inventory of, not like all items like your guns and your outfits, your medical, maybe just like your junk items are shared, but you can't take them out of a person's stash, but it's a shared stash between the camp for your squad, and they can all use that junk to repair stuff, not.
Like a
Yeah,
team stash.
yeah.
Yeah,
Faction?
I don't know how they'd
You're gonna
make
do
it
it.
work anyways, aside from only allowing junk and not let them take it, but
Thing about teams is kind of only 4 people. Like I understand that
yeah,
we're trying to
and
limit down, but
we're
if we
playing
have
it
like 8
very
people,
weird.
can we like make a second squad? Like there should be like a second squad thing. Like you can see different colors. But
Yeah,
we're part of the same team. It's just
we're definitely playing the
second
game in
squad.
a weird aspect because there's more than four of us, usually. Like, unless it's a weird
Like
hour
the
where
other
we're all
four,
getting something to eat, we're stacking members, on that
from what I
server.
noticed, because I was like not playing when they had like like 8 people or more.
Yeah.
I just noticed that, like in the group channels that they separated off into groups and doing their own things.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only one way we can do it. But we got our own dedicated servers, probably role playing, which will be really fun.
Yeah, I think long term for this game, like, I think a key reason um, I didn't care about the story, because how it's handled with the holotapes, but also because I want to be able to get ahead and do as much as possible in this beta, because I know that when private servers comes around, I'm probably gonna make a new character, but I'm gonna care way more for that private server for role playing and like protecting the server and businesses and stuff like that, because it's very hard to be a trader, be a business owner, because the majority of people that play this are already either playing it solo, they don't want to talk to anybody at all, or they're playing in a squad and they only want to play with their squad. There's not many people where it's like they're solo or they're squatting trying to find other people, because usually the squad in our aspect we were just chugging forward, going different directions, doing quests here, there, like we were pretty much doing a little bit of everything. We weren't just hunting beasts, we weren't just completing the main quest, we weren't just doing finding nukes, like we were kind of just
Ooh,
doing a little bit of
down.
everything. The one thing we haven't done was full on hunt a beast. Like we've done a little bit of like, oh, there's a scourge beast, and we killed a cargo bot, which was really hard, but
Yes.
nothing too crazy. I mean, honestly, the craziest might have been the sentry bot little brawl. So
Gopnik
Oh,
found a nuclear code.
yeah,
all of us did.
Yeah, all
all
of us
of us
have a
did.
nuclear. No,
Yeah,
I have a silo code, not a nuclear.
I don't have a silent code.
I have a silo code and a nuclear code.
I said
Me
I got
too.
a U.S. government supply drop code, which if you guys have those, don't forget that you got to go to Radio Tower and then upload it so we can get it.
Well, like the next big thing we probably should do is find more stuff to do.
There's
Like,
always going to be things to do. I think that's a
Yeah.
good thing here with, we have really still barely touched this map. Like we started off in the beginning, we spent the first day going down south, and we stick to just that little church area. That was it for like the 3 hours, we didn't go past that at all. Now when we did it today, we went straight to the right, then we went straight to the
North.
left, and then we went up, and then we went back down, and then we went
Well,
back to the right, all the way to the right to get to the top of the world. So we kind of, went past where we started for today. But yeah.
legendary modifications. Did you find anything like that?
So I have some legendary weapons, and I think I saw like a legendary modification, but I think I scrapped it because it was a pipe weapon or something, and I really don't like pipe weapons at all. So I don't know.
What
I
was
have
the
a like
legendary modification
If
though?
you scrap weapons, majority of the time you'll get a modification for that weapon. So I would scrap like the shotguns I have for my main shotgun, so that's how I was able to get the extended, the full stock and all that to make it like an actual shotgun and not just like a little handheld one.
in this game you get really attached to your weapons, like you fully customized. You get
Yeah.
attached.
Um for me definitely I like the hunting rifle. I like my shotgun. I'm switching around between my melee weapon right now. There's not one melee weapon that I've kind of just like really fallen in love with. I like the pitchfork right now, but before that, I was really enjoying the like baseball bat and golf club stuff like that. I still want to come across like some really fun ones. I saw a thing where it was like a challenge for like a chainsaw, and I was like, I wonder if it's like just a handsaw or if it's a full on chainsaw. I wonder how that kind of goes.
There's another problem that we had, like when like the loot world, like things that are in the world, not in crates and all that.
Yeah,
Like
so there
only
was like
only
wood
one
and stuff like
person
that,
can
right? Are you talking about
get it.
like the like wood scraps or wood chips
But
and all
like
that?
I'm not talking about like the bobby heads, like certain guns that you can pick up in the world. And
Yeah,
it, and
so
that's like really.
that was weird because like I don't know how they regenerate loot. Like if you just everyone goes away from that area for like a little bit, it just comes back or whatnot. But I remember that I would roll into an area and I would think that like okay, we all have our own individual loot because this is another thing. You go to the area and then you don't have your individual loot when you think you would. Whereas when you get that supply drop, there's no point to PvP. There's no point to fight off people coming to your supply drop. It's actually a point to make friends at the supply drop, which is weird because everybody has their own supply drop. Which is weird because if you're the one to call it in and you get like ammo and your buddy gets a blueprint for like power armor, you're like, well, shoot, that was a waste because I did all the work calling it in and shooting up the,
Oh,
radar tower, and I got the worst loot out of everybody, and random people can get loot out of it too. So,
yeah.
it doesn't, it's good because you don't lose the stuff, you don't have to fight off people, but at the same time, you don't get, there's a lot of randomness to it. I think that's the only way to describe it is, it is completely random of if I will get an edge on loot or whatnot, and you know there's only certain places or times when you're like, okay, I have gotten better loot because I've done better. Like I could pump a whole round, all the ammo, do 90% of damage on like that sentry bot we were killing, or the mole people. There's a good example. I probably shot the mole guy like once, and then the rest of you guys like threw grenades, Molotov, cocktailed, killed him and whatnot, and I got like a rocket launcher. I was like, well, I did like
Yeah,
maybe like
we
five
all
damage
got
to
rocket
him.
launchers.
So it's
Yo,
it's weird.
we're all carrying rocket launchers, and
I
Dar's like
have
what, level 2, and he has one.
yeah, I got two rocket
Yeah,
launchers, and I'm over
Same,
encumbered now because
same. Oh my goodness, too.
I
We
had
all
a.
like
I'm probably gonna sell them honestly because I don't have a use for them for like 4 or 5 more levels. So
I'm gonna
like
sell
I'm
one
right
and keep the others. So
like overweight on carrying, so I'm gonna be walking back to base or fast traveling really heavily.
yeah, how are you guys balancing your characters like when it comes to your special stats? Because I know it feels weird when you open up that pack like every 5 levels and you're like, you get the gum, you get the gold card, and you look through it and you're like, you know, maybe I want to lean more towards special. You want to lean more towards strength instead of perception. And I'm trying to go more charisma for the team play for us, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how
That's
is that
what
like
I'm trying
impacting
to
you
do right
guys?
now. I'm trying to get back into the team aspect. I'm trying to get that down real quick.
Yeah, and
then
definitely
go
we
back.
need to like make sure everybody, like when we're in the squads, make sure everybody's using their share cards,
Like
because
someone definitely needs to share the strengths cards because we all carry so much.
yeah, and for some reason, like after a while, they just like it stops it. I don't know why, if it's on a timer or something, but I don't like that how after a while it just stops
Maybe it's a radius thing.
the share.
'Cause I already have a
I
fully
don't know.
maxed out carrying capacity since it only allows you to rank them up like to a certain amount. So they ranked out to the max. So
Hmm.
Oh, so for the perks thing, I've been playing mostly strength, and in the strength, I've noticed I'm slowly carrying a lot more weight than most of you guys, and I'm getting stamina like on a good 5 to 10 seconds before you guys run out. And
Hmm.
I mean, you're running what, charisma bolt?
Yeah, so I'm leaning way towards more charisma.
Like
I'm running a equal deck, basically.
I'm running a strength. I'm pulling more weight. I mean, I'm doing more damage, obviously, and it's like everything. That's the reason perks are perks. I mean, I'm my perk is more weight. Your perks for the charisma, and Jeremy's going equal, so he has mostly all the same as all of us.
Yeah,
But
I have a lot of carrying. I can carry more than some people. Since mine is a little bit more into strength and perception
Hmm.
and agility.
So the next time the beta kicks off again will be Saturday. Is it 2 o'clock or 5 o'clock it starts?
I got no clue. I'm not gonna be on, so
No clue.
Yeah,
I think
same.
it's like 7 hours also or something like that. I don't know.
if
I might not
anything,
be on.
these betas need to be 24/7 and not just certain
Yeah,
times.
because like that's the thing is like, I feel like I
Well,
have
I
to
can even
stop
play.
everything I'm doing for it.
Yeah.
I won't be able to play Saturday because I might be with my girlfriend Sunday, so let's go bed
Hmm.
early
I think they have it Saturday
and
and
put that
Sunday
work
too.
in. So,
So
oh,
it's weird. Yeah, this beta does need to be 24/7, and then like what they
because
need to
if they're gonna
do.
do it back to back, like for Friday and Saturday and Sun,
Yeah, that was my
just
thing
make it
with like
24
the
hours.
Xbox. It made no sense because Xbox had it like Wednesday or Tuesday, and then they didn't do anything till Saturday for 2 hours. Now, the majority of people who are video gamers who want to play your video game and stress test your video game, given Red Dead Redemption 2 just came out, and you think you'd want to have people playing your beta, you don't have the beta on Friday. You put it out for 2 hours Saturday and Sunday. Like it's so weird. At least now
But
they're
it's only
doing
2
right.
hours.
Now that everybody's kind of playing it, and we're getting those 7, 9 hours. The 4 hours. Like we're really kicking it now with the beta. But it needs to
Should
be
be
20.
24
Yeah, it
hours.
needs to be 24/7. Especially because like you could just say this server's going down. We're gonna close this server and we'll open another one up and see from there. You
If you
know.
need to shut down all the servers because of a big maintenance issue, then let everyone know. It's kind of, us
Hmm.
stress testing it. That's what we're there for. Kill us.
Yeah. I don't know, guys. We're wrapping up here, anyways. Dars, what are you looking forward to on the beta coming back to it? Even if you're not coming back to it, on like Saturday or Sunday, but later down
Getting
the
back
line,
Sunday. Yeah.
what are you looking forward to?
A bigger gun.
A big,
Bigger guns.
yeah. I feel you. I mean, I'm excited. I got my AK, but I have no 5.56 ammo, and that's
Actually,
Gopnik,
what I'm really looking
it's
for is for
hard.
those big overhaul mods that make the game seem different.
Well,
That's like probably way down the line.
that's like, think about it. All right, I think Fallout 4 came out, what, 2015 November, right? And it was a good year until
Before good mods came out, there were
yeah,
mods, but
there were mods, but they were like the Death Claw will woo and have an anime girl sound every time you kill it. You know,
yeah.
like there was nothing too crazy like an alternate start.
I guess the also thing I'm waiting for is having every Star Sim person who has Fallout 76 come together and we just one big faction.
Yeah, welcome to ISR.
Is Tusk in this one?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he is.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
boy, having the entire ISR.
That's what's gonna happen. Is we're gonna get a private server and everybody's gonna be here, and we're gonna.
Would it be 20 people altogether, 10v10, or 5v5,
I don't know.
or
That's you know.
or
I would
loners?
I would love
I
to
mean,
tell you how it would work when we get a private server, but I don't know server size. If we host it, if Bethesda hosts it, if it'll be 24/7. Like I'd imagine it'd be 24/7, but you know at this rate we don't really know anything. To be honest, we're kind of just guessing. You know, like when the full game comes out, I'm hoping it's 24/7 and the game just doesn't randomly stop. But
That's
you
probably
never
what it'd
know.
be like. Well, they'll probably take it down at some points for maintenance, because having
Yeah,
server run 24/7 ain't gonna be that.
they're
exactly.
probably gonna do like weekly restarts or something, or
Yeah.
something like
I'm
that.
not gosh. Bye.
that was fast for him. What are you, Gopnik? What are you looking for next time you play the beta?
I mean, I don't know what beta hours are after this weekend. I mean, I'm not gonna be here all week.
I think
so.
they did say there was going to be more than just this weekend, but they haven't said exactly what days, what times. So I
Oh,
don't
but
know.
I'm looking for more of how to put like trying to keep everything cool on my computer. Like I'm feeling my computer right now; it's cooling down. But when we were playing, it was heating up like hell. But
Surprisingly, that wasn't the case at all for mine. Like mine was, and even I would give Bethesda this when it comes to their games. I know Gonk wasn't happy with the optimization on his computer, but I've never had a problem with Fallout 4, Fallout VR, Fallout 76, Fallout Shelter, like all these. I would say Fallout 4 and beyond, like Fallout 3 is a much different game than Fallout 4. And, you know, 76 very much related to Fallout 4. And Shelter, you can see, you know, influences there. And VR, of course, it's VR. But, you know, they all have ran very nice for me. And I've been very lucky for that. Optimized and ultra modded, the whole nine yards, 60 FPS. Like, it's one of those few games that am so glad that I can pick up and be like, this game works, I can play it. Because there's a lot of times where it's like, oh, the game might not work today, might get 2 FPS, might get 30, you know, which 30 isn't bad, but it's like, then you gotta worry about people crying because of, you know, apparently their eyesight's better than mine, because I can't tell the difference between 30 and 60, but I don't know. Jeremy,
Yes.
what are you feeling, bud? Next time you touch the beta, what are your plans?
My plans. Well, first off, get more food.
Yeah. In the game or in real life?
both.
Yeah,
Both.
both. Yeah. Same.
Because
Right?
the game, like I'm already running low on food. Like I'm just basically making it by at this point.
I actually had to
Oh,
sell food in this game because like my inventory and my stash was so like it's maxed out. It was doing so bad. I actually take all the food out of the stash and just go and sell it. Like that's how bad it was getting. Like I sold like Med-X and Rad-X and stuff like that. Like I kept it to just like Radaway stim packs, and like purified water and like omelets and stuff like that. Just and soup, stuff that gave me both hunger and thirst. So
The thing that I noticed when I came back online to when I first got back from like college is that my food went spoiled. I know it was not spoiled
yeah,
when I ended the beta,
yeah,
but
that's another thing. Like
so my question is like, is the game still running? Like your character is basically not there, but like idly asleep and vanish.
that would be something interesting for like the private servers when they come out, because I would love it where, as like Rust, the game they've said they've had influence from, where if I leave the server and my area of play is still gonna be there where I set up camp. I would like that.
I'll
However, I
be
know
really
that this
good for role
can't pick it
playing.
up and move it. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about it. Just like we were taking on that dude, and then like he moved his area or he crashed, and it just got rid of his entire house. So it was kind of annoying to go from like top floor and just fall right through the floor. You know.
Well, I was talking to him and he said, "Yeah, you guys destroyed my house. I just picked up my camp and moved it, and apparently, as soon as you move your camp, everything just disappears." So, and
Yeah, everything that was there before disappears, and whatever was left is put in the storage, which is really good because I probably do need to blueprint the house we have right now and your house that we built.
We
Um,
destroyed
that
tower.
that
yeah,
house is awesome.
I know that
I
house
like
looks
it
better than ours, and given ours was
because
on the side of the road, but yours was on the side of the mountain. It looked really nice with the towers and military base.
The funny thing is,
there's that, and then when you open the shutters, you're looking at a like a sunshine. You're looking in the sunrise and
West
the sunset and
Virginia,
everything.
yeah.
I
It's
kind of got
awesome
bloated
there.
about killing us over and over.
What'd you say?
I killed you guys a lot.
It's
It's
still
like
Uh,
okay,
huh?
yeah, you started a war. Like you don't gloat about things when
Yeah,
when we
we came
say
in
like,
with military
hey,
outfits with our friends. Like we were ready for that. So
we told them like, dude, there's like 6 to 8 of us online. Like,
that's
you
gonna make it
like,
more fun too, though. It's like we've hit this part where it's still everyone's very low level, very like we haven't got to that. We're still the early game play. I feel like we haven't got to that mid game play where everyone's getting like power armor, or maybe power armor might be late game. But I think that
power
the
armors, like,
I don't know. Maybe mid game is nuke and late game is power armor, but like that is gonna be much different, especially because I don't even know if this game will have like I haven't seen the little the fat boy or whatever it's called
the Fat Man
the fat man. Yeah,
or whatever they are.
I haven't seen that yet, but imagine that because we know missile launcher is already powerful, but imagine that against someone's house. Like that's there goes
Imagine
everything
that
you
on
worked on.
someone.
So I imagine that this game the foundations and stuff like that, they gotta improve it than just like the base ones they have right now. I don't know. Maybe it's just because they haven't unlocked any or whatnot, but they have to have stronger foundations than just the generic ones because we were tearing through that dude's place really quickly. So
yeah. For us, like
um,
for us in general, we're having more people joining us now. Like we're up to 9 people,
yeah, and
or like
it's
like almost 10 now. People, I don't know.
trying to get people in
Yeah,
squads, trying to get us all on the server is already a hassle because we
like
had a little bit of trouble with Viv,
we need at
but.
least like 12 people. If we have 12 people, that's like 3 squads right there.
Yeah, at least the good thing too is like people are like floating in and out, and just doing stuff.
Like if we have 3 squads, like who would mess with us on a server? Like
Yeah,
They need to add
it'd be kind of
like a factions thing, like not a
yes,
they
team
have
thing.
they
a
have teased
faction.
it, heavily. Like they're teasing like they're gonna have create a guild or clan or group or whatever,
I had no,
and
this should not group or clan. It should be a faction because
faction.
Just a
it's
It
faction.
should
it's
just
a
be a
Fallout.
faction, yeah, because it's Fallout, and that's gonna be so much
They should
fun.
increase the server size because I feel like they should be doing that soon.
Well,
Increasing the server
that's the
size.
thing. I like this server size as it is now because think about it. If they throw it up to 80 or 90 people,
Oh
you can't freaking turn a corner without getting shot at.
I
Like
don't I
I
don't
like
think
us.
no.
I don't think it's not getting shot at. I think you can't turn a corner without like that massive stutter of everybody in that one responder area. Like that one area is where everyone is at right now because they're so low level, and there's not many people who have ventured all the way down. Like down south is a big place I want to go to, and really up north. But that was some really dangerous area we were getting into with like the super mutants, and now the mole people all the way east. So
Increase up the
Ooh, I want to go
maximum
travel
size
into
to
that little
40.
sandstorm looking thing. That was fun. That
The
looks fun.
maximum size should be increased to 40, I believe, because 40 is almost manageable. Because you'll walk into people here and there. that chance of encounter instead of going to the main places where everyone's gonna be at.
Yeah.
And if you're looking to do it as a role play game, just instead of having private servers, just play on a public server, but role play with your friends. Don't role play with everyone else. Just treat them as like bandits or something. It's just how to put this. It just changes everything. Like
Yeah.
keeps everything fresh.
Yeah, I think that'll definitely be another long-term thing that'll keep people rolling is role playing and how they handle that. I think that'll be pretty cool. I would love to see, like, I don't know. I don't even know if this to be possible right now, but later down the road, I'd love to see like a private server where you join and then it's like, what would you like your career to be? And then like you pick soldier and you start off at the little soldier
Like the
camp
little uniforms we're wearing or
McClintock.
something.
Yeah, do a little Camp McClintock. You start off there, or you want to be like, I want to be a police officer, and you start off in the Morgantown airport and with all that, and or you want to be a medic. You start off at like the church at the one town I can never remember the name of, which is really important.
Like what Flatwoods or something.
Flatwood. Yeah, I think. Um, I think that'd be really cool to say, role play aspect in that join. I don't know, but for me, what I'm looking forward to in the beta next is more just exploration. I think it is very undermined how big this map is. I think it is I don't know. Looking at it, you might be like, it might not be that big, but I don't know.
When you're
Traveling
looking
Huge.
when you're looking at the map, you're like, oh, that's a small map. But when you're walking around and like what we were doing, it took us what 10, 15 minutes to walk from point A to point B. But that was with all the firefights we were getting into. Also.
Yeah, like there's stuff always going on.
Not to mention the side quests and the events we run into all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It takes 5 minutes just to get to you. When we did that firefight was against those people from respawning.
Yeah, and I didn't even want to like. It's weird. Like you almost don't want to fast travel because one, it uses bottle caps, but at the same time, like you kind of just want to go and walk there and you just explore and see what you come across. Like Fallout 4, when you explored, you'd have these like random encounters of like run into people in their situations. Now that's not the case in this game, but there's still like you come across and you might see like an animal or a supply drop, or you might see like an event popping up. So it's small stuff like that that's pretty neat. It's not of the level of entertainment, I would say, of an NPC running up to you asking for help, or an NPC like asking for help and then they're gonna like sabotage you type of entertainment. But it's still like a quest, and then everybody will do the quest and you'll all get an item or event reward, and it's cool stuff like that. But I don't know, guys. I think that's gonna wrap it up here for Regulator Talk on the Fallout 76 beta. And everyone, keep it safe. Big thank you to all my friends for a wonderful time on the beta. Not only, Gopnik, Jeremy, Dars, but also, Flash,
The other
Ryan,
10 people who play with us.
Goof, every person, everybody who's downloading it, like Gavin, Beeks, is like all the just the whole 9 yards that we've played with. You had a tremendous amount of time and fun, and more to go. So until then, everyone, keep it safe. Peace out.